My name is Ismanakyuddin binti Ispardi and my metric number is 2023467564 and I am from class RAS1132B. Today I will tell about introduction of B-lactam antibiotics. What is B-lactam antibiotics? B-lactam antibiotics are antibiotics that contain a beta-lactam ring in their molecular structure. B-lactam antibiotics include penicillin derivatives, cephalosporin, monobactams, carbaphinums, and carbazepams. Most B-lactam antibiotics work by inhibiting cell wall biosynthesis in the bacterial organism and are the most widely used group of antibiotics. This is the structure of B-lactam. Next, EUPAC and common name of B-lactam. The EUPAC name for the beta-lactam is azatidine 2,1. The common name for the beta-lactam is simply beta-lactam. Next, functional group. There are two functional groups for beta-lactam, which are amide groups and lactam groups. Amide groups, the beta-lactam ring contains an amide functional group characterized by the presence of a carbonyl group that attached to a nitrogen atom. Lactam group, specifically the beta-lactam rings, is a cyclic amide which is known as a lactam. The beta prefix indicates that the amide nitrogen is attached to the beta carbon of the rings, which is the second carbon atom away from the carbonyl group. Next, homolog series. Homolog series are series of compounds where each member differs from the next by a repeating unit, typically a CH2 group. For beta-lactam rings itself is a fixed 4-member structure. Variation and homologs can be understood in terms of compound derived from this structure: phenums, cephums, carbaphinums, and monobactam. Phenums, these are compounds with beta-lactam ring fused to a 5-member thiazolidine rings, which is penicillins. Cephums, these compounds have a beta-lactam ring fused to a 6-member dihydrothiazine ring, which is cephalosporin. Next, carbaphinums. Carbaphinums similar to phenums, but with a carbon atom replacing the sulfur atom in the 5-member rings. Monobactams. This compound contain the beta-lactam ring without any fused ring and standing alone. In summary, functional group for beta-lactam is amide and lactam, and homolog series for beta-lactam is phenums, cephums, carbaphinums, and monobactams.
Assalamualaikum and good evening everyone. My name is Nurul Fadila binti Raza. My metric number is 2023601066 and I'm from class RAS1132A. Today I'm gonna talk about B-lactam physical and chemical properties and penicillin more physical and chemical properties. Chemical structure. All B-lactam antibiotics have a common structure in that they possess as a amine bond connected to the aforementioned C6AM nucleus via 6-7. This ring is the most reactive and susceptible to a hydrolysis by beta-lactamide enzymes produced by some bacteria. Solubility. Different B-lactam antibiotics have a different solubility. There are other can only be dissolved in acid or water. Slightly soluble by 210 mg or liter. 3. Breakdown by temperature and light are also key features of B-lactam antibiotic, as well as rapid breakdown under acidic or alkali condition, which contribute to some bacteria resistance. They are often kept in cool, dry environment to keep them stable. 4. Their physical is solid and their color is almost false white powder. 5. Melting point. The melting point is 214 to 270 Celsius. 6. Temperature solution of the drug retains substantial full potency for several days when the store temperature less than 15 Celsius, but they are rapidly inactive in the presence of acid, alkaline, hydroxide, glycerin, or oxidizing agent. Penicillium is a genus saccharohetic fungi. They are commonly known as a blue or green mold. They are economically important for the production of cheese, organic acid, and antibiotic. They play an important role as a decomposer in the ecosystem. Penicillium can be found at various places such as soil, air, or decaying food. For example, penicillium is one of the most important antibiotics extract from the penicillium. Penicillium physical and chemical properties. The first one, penicillium moves, thrive in moderate temperature 20 to 30 Celsius and require sufficient moisture for growth. They are commonly found in decaying organic matter, fruits, grain, and indoor environment where moisture levels are high. The second one, the penicillium species known for their chemical diversity, producing a wide range of bioactive compounds beyond antibiotic, including antifungal agent. The third one, colonies of penicillium species often have a powdery or velvety appearance and are usually green or blue in color, though color can vary depending on the species. And for the individual hyphae of penicillium are microscopic, typical measuring of few micrometer in diameter. Colonies can spread across the surface and grow to a visible size over time. Last one, penicillium mold typical appear as a filamentous fungi with a branching structure. They produce a long chain of a coordination of specially structure called condylophores.
Today, I want to explain about the benefits and uses of beta-lactam antibiotics and its relationship to penicillium. My name is Shahrul Akmal bin Kasharuddin, and my student ID is 2023641986. So, what is beta-lactam? Beta-lactam antibiotics are antibiotics that contains beta-lactam ring in their chemical structure. This includes penicillin-derivative venoms, cephalosporins, cefamycins, which is cefams, monobactams, carbavenoms, and carbazepams. So, how is beta-lactam antibiotic structure? So, core structure of penicillin, which is tops, and cephalosporins, or bottom, are the most common group of beta-lactam antibiotics. Beta-lactam ring is in red, as you can see at the right picture here. So most beta-lactam antibiotics works by inhibiting cell walls biosynthesis in the bacterial organism and are the most widely used group of antibiotics. So half of all commercially available antibiotics in use were beta-lactam compounds. So the first beta-lactam antibiotic discovered was penicillin, it was isolated from a strain of Penicillium rubens, named as Penicillium notatum at the time. So, how does beta-lactam antibiotics sensitizing beta-lactamase? So, to overcome this resistance, beta-lactam antibiotics can be given with beta-lactamase inhibitors such as clavinic acid. So, what is the uses of beta-lactam antibiotics and how does it work? Beta-lactam antibiotics are indicated for the prevention and treatment of bacterial infections caused by susceptible organisms. At first, beta-lactam antibiotics were mainly active only against gram-positive bacteria. Yet, the recent development of broad-spectrum beta-lactam antibiotics active against various gram-negative organisms has increased their usefulness. In uninflamed, which is normal brain meanings, the penetration of beta-lactam antibiotics is low at 0.1 part of AUC-CSF or AUCS ratio, which is the ratio of area under curve of cerebrospinal fluid against area under curve of serum. So most of the beta-lactam antibiotics come in pill, which is, you can see here, Penitouch V1000 and Penitouch V1500. So what is the bad effects to human body? First, adverse drug reaction, which is common adverse drug reaction for the beta-lactam antibiotics include diarrhea, nausea, rash, urticaria, and superinfection, including candidiasis, which is, as you can see at the first picture, is nausea, and second is rash and diarrhea.
So next, beta-lactam also give an allergy or hypersensitivity effect. In immunologically mediated adverse reaction to any beta-lactam antibiotics may occur in up to 10% of patients receiving that agent. Anaphylaxis will occur in approximately 0.01% of patients. There is perhaps a 5 to 10% cross-sensitivity between penicillin derivatives, cephalosporins, and ceftibusvenoms, but this figure has been challenged by various investigators. Other than that, some people will have allergy reaction have been triggered by exposure from kissing and sexual contact with a partner who is taking these antibiotics.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Khairul Nabila binti Khairul Rizal. My student ID 2023885766. I want to talk about chemical reaction of B-lactam antibiotics and its relationship to penicillium mold. So this is the first chemical reaction, which is penicillin. Alexander Fleming accidentally discovered penicillin 1928. He noticed that a fungus, Penicillium notatum, had accidentally left uncovered. The fungus had created bacteria free zone wherever it grew on the plate. Fleming isolated and grew the mold in pure culture. The beta-lactam carbonyl group of penicillin readily undergoes nucleophilic attack by water or hydroxide ion to form the inactive penicilloic acid, which is reasonably stable in neutral to alkaline solutions, but readily undergoes decarboxylation and further hydrolytic reactions in acidic solution. So this is the second chemical reaction, which is cephalosporins. The cephalosporins were discovered as naturally occurring substance separate from the penicillins, rather than being new and improved derivatives of the penicillins. It was isolated as a substance with antibacterial properties from fungus Cephalosporium acremonium. The core of the basic cephalosporin molecule consists of a two-ring system, which includes a beta-lactam ring condensed with dihydrothiazine ring. So this is chemical reaction of cephalosporin. The 7-acylamino group of some cephalosporins can also be hydrolyzed under enzymatic and possibly non-enzymatic conditions to give 7-aminocephalosporinic acid derivatives. Following hydrolysis or solvolysis of the 3-acetylmethyl group, 7-ACA also lactanized under acidic condition. Last but not least is conclusion. In conclusion, the beta-lactam antibiotics, particularly penicillin, have a significant relationship with the penicillium mold, species Penicillium chrysogenum. These antibiotics, characterized by their distinctive beta-lactam ring, are produced through a series of chemical reactions catalyzed by enzymes within the mold. The biosynthetic process involving steps such as tripeptide synthesis and cyclization ultimately leads to the creation of penicillin G. This natural production of beta-lactam antibiotics within the mold serves as a defense mechanism against competing microorganisms in the environment. The beta-lactam ring structure, which is the hallmark of these antibiotics, is formed during the biosynthesis pathway within the penicillium mold. This unique molecular feature is responsible for the antibacterial activity of these drugs, as they disrupt the synthesis of the bacterial cell wall, leading to cell lysis and death. The close relationship between penicillium mold and beta-lactam antibiotics highlights the importance of understanding and harnessing the natural metabolic capabilities of microorganisms for the benefits of human health. Continued research in this area may lead the discovery of new antibiotics and the therapeutic agents to address the growing challenge of antimicrobial resistance.